Hello. Maybe you recognize the tree I'm standing under. This is Staghorn Sumac. You look up high here, you can see some of the seeds that form at the end of a growing season and last pretty much through the winter. You can actually harvest those seeds just break them off the end of the stalk. These are getting a little age-worn here, but you can leave them on the stem and boil them up. Add some sugar. Probably want to strain out whatever floats free, and they make a nice tea or even a cold drink if you serve them over ice. That's not why I want to talk to you about sumac. One of the reasons I like it is that it's a versatile piece of wood. I broke this one off so that you could see the innards include this very soft material that I could probably be peeling that out with my thumbnail. Certainly compressing it. There we go, scraping it away with my fingernail. And obviously with a piece of metal, it's going to come out of there a lot easier. This is significant because you can make spiles out of sumac branches. What's a spile? The spile is critical in making maple syrup. A spile is actually just a hollow tube that liquid can flow through. So the tap that you put on your beer keg is a spile. But Native Americans, actually I'm not sure about that. I suspect Native Americans, but certainly early American settlers made spiles out of sumac branches to tap maple trees. If you want to hang a bucket by a handle, you might need a 9-inch spile. One end goes into the tree, the bucket bail, wire bail, hangs at the other end. Or you might actually put the spile through the side of the bucket so it doesn't need to be nearly as long. Once you cut the branch to length, taper one end. And you don't want to cut deep into the wood. Make it a very shallow taper. It's actually really nice to have a cylinder for the first ½ inch or more, and then just a very mild taper. So you're going to drill a hole in the tree. The farther in you can get the spile into the hole, the sturdier the connection will be between the spile and the tree, and it'll hold the weight of a bucket much more easily. If you get just the end in, it might not grip as well and you might lose your buckets as they fill up with sap. Try to make it relatively round because you're going to drill a round hole in the tree, but the spile and the wood of the sugar maple tree will kind of compress against each other as you drive the spile in, so it'll make a nice watertight connection. Someplace at the other end of the spile, depending on how you're going to hang buckets, put a little notch for either the edge of the bucket that's going to hang on the spile, or for the wire bail. So if I'm going to put this actually through the side of a bucket, I might want to put a notch in it way back here. If I'm going to hang a bucket handle on it, I might want to put a notch in it up here. That's just a little V-notch. If I use the back of the knife, you can see it'll sit in there very easily. One method for turning this into a pipe is to get a long drill bit and drill all the way down through. But that's kind of a chore. The technique that I learned and used when I was a kid, and no, I'm not that old, I did it as an adventure in pioneering skills, was to use a hot steel spike red hot spike, and you can push it down through the core and burn out the center. So I'm going to give that a go. Well, I got my wood fire up to a very high temperature and got my poker almost red hot in it. Actually, it was red hot. And almost a single pass. I've gone most of the way through. I'm going to return that poker. Oh, and this wood smoke smells terrific. I'm returning my poker to the fire. I imagine I might use a collection of pokers to do this and just rotate them in and out of the fire. You can see I'm pushing that through, and there it is out the other end. A lot of good smoke coming out of there too. And I'd probably go through 2 or 3 more times with the poker red hot to finish kind of opening it up more. It's a relatively simple job if you have a fire going and a few pokers to keep hot in it. Cut several 6-inch sections of Staghorn Sumac stem. You could make a couple dozen of these things in less than an hour, and you'll be ready for maple sugaring season.